and welcome to Journey with the Kellers. My name is Amanda Keller and today we are back in the Keller kitchen. So today we're going to be making something from Garfield recipes with Cattitude. Actually we're skipping ahead a little bit in the book today because today is my daughter's birthday and she wanted this specific lasagna from the Garfield cookbook made. So why not? Might as well make it and do a video on it while we're at it. So this is called Lasagna. Well, it's from the section called Lasagna, Pasta, and Pizza. And this is classic lasagna. And if you've ever seen Garfield, we all know he's majorly into lasagna. So anyway, so the first thing that you are going to need to do is you are going to need 1 onion diced and then 1 clove of garlic minced, which I have right here on my cutting board. You're also going to need just a ½ pound of ground beef and a ½ pound of ground Italian pork. So, you'll probably have to buy a pound of each and separate them out. If you can't find Italian ground pork, you could probably just put some like Italian seasoning in a thing of ground pork, whichever way you want to do it, okay? The only other thing that you might want to do ahead of time, which we're going to do later, we're going to use it later, is you are going to need 2 eggs beaten. Then you'll also need a ½ cup of grated Parmesan cheese and then a 16-ounce package of shredded mozzarella cheese. You could probably shred it yourself as well if you want to do that. Okay. All right, so I already have a pan of water going over here to cook our lasagna noodles. So what you're going to do is basically just cook a 10-ounce package of lasagna noodles the way it says to cook them on the package. So mine says to put water in it, bring it to a rolling boil, put the noodles in, and then let them cook for about 10 to 12 minutes, and then you're gonna drain them, okay? So that's gonna be cooking here, and I'll be putting those noodles in as soon as it comes up to a rolling boil. What you're gonna do, meanwhile, is in a skillet, you are going to put in your ½ pound of ground beef and your ½ pound of Italian sausage, Italian pork, I'm sorry, okay? And then you're going to turn this on. And what you're going to do, you're going to put that on like a medium heat. You're also going to add your diced onion to this as well. Not the garlic yet, just the onion. Okay. And I just dropped some onion on the floor, which is not good with my dog. Let me pick that up here. Okay. So what you're going to do now is you are just going to basically brown this all up. Once you get it all nice and browned up, you're going to go ahead and drain the excess grease off of it. And then once that is done, I will come back and show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, you guys, so our beef is nice and browned now, and we drained some of the grease out of it, and our water is starting to come to a boil here, so that's going to work out pretty good. So now what you're going to add to this is your diced or minced up garlic clove. So we're going to put that in there. Set this off to the side here. And then you're going to add to this, let's see, you're going to add 1 can, it's supposed to be a 14.5-ounce can of Italian style stewed tomatoes. Don't drain them or anything, just put them in there. Then you're also going to add in, it's supposed to be 2 6-ounce cans of tomato paste, but I actually found that they have 1 12-ounce can, so I just got that. But you can do 2 6-ounce cans too if you wish, or if that's what you have handy. Okay. Put that all in there. There we go. Then you're also going to add, let's see, 1 or 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. Which this is 1 big 2 tablespoon measuring spoon here, which works out great. Let's come out here. There we go. Okay. You're going to go ahead and stir that up. Looking all nice and good here. Kind of basically just getting like a red tomato-y looking meat. Okay, and so now what you're going to do is you're going to let that cook for about 10 minutes. You're going to simmer it basically. So if it starts to come up to a boil, then turn your temperature down so that it'll just kind of stay at a simmer, and you're going to let that simmer for 10 minutes. Also, in the meantime, my water here has come up to a rolling boil. So I'm going to add my noodles. Now this is actually a 16-ounce box instead of a 10-ounce box, so I'm going to not quite put all of it in there. And where's my thing? Okay, and then for the lasagna noodles, you're just basically going to cook them what it says to cook them on the box. And then once they're done, just drain them out. And then we'll be ready to start assembling this. But first I need to make the cheese mixture. So let me get set up for that, and I'll be back and show you guys how to do the cheese mixture. And then we'll almost be ready to put this together and get it in the oven. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so what our meat is finishing up cooking and our noodles are finishing up cooking, we're gonna go ahead and make the cheese mixture. So for this, in a bowl, what you're gonna do is you are gonna take, you're gonna take 1 or 3 cups, of ricotta cheese, which is what we have right here. It's a little bit much. Okay, so here's 1 cup. And 2 cups. And then 3 cups. Oh, and also you'll want to preheat your oven at this time to 350 degrees as well, okay? Oh, maybe 3 cups if I can get this one out. There we go. Okay, so 3 cups of ricotta cheese. Then to that, you are going to add a 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan. Okay. Is that? Yeah, it's ricotta. Sorry, it looked different for some reason. Okay, so 1/2 cup of ricotta cheese, or Parmesan cheese, I'm sorry. Then you're gonna also add in 2 eggs that you've beaten. And then 2 tablespoons of dried parsley. Okay. And then also just some salt and pepper to taste. It doesn't give a certain amount or anything, so you're just gonna add what you feel like needs to be put in there. Some salt and some pepper. Then you're also going to need to lightly grease a 13 by 9 pan, which I just use some cooking spray to do. If you want to do it another way, it's perfectly fine. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and mix this all together. And once you get this all nice and mixed up, then you just need to wait for your meat mixture and your noodles to be done. And then we can assemble the lasagna here and get it in the oven, okay? So that's what that there looks like. Just kind of like a creamy cheese mixture with some Parmesan specks in it, okay? All right, you guys, so I'll be back as soon as the meat and the noodles are done, and then we'll assemble this lasagna. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so everything is done. Our noodles are done, our meat is done, and our cheese mixture is done. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your lightly greased 13 by 9 pan. You're gonna take about a 1/2 cup of the meat mixture and put it in the bottom, and then just spread that out as much as you can. Always think of this as like a way to keep the bottom noodles kind of moist. I don't know if that's what it really does, but that's what I think of it as. All right, so now you've got that in there. Now, we also going to need to divide the meat mixture and the cheese mixture into like 1/3 portions because you're going to use 1/3 of it at a time. So I just kind of drew lines to kind of make it so that I know what 1/3 is. Okay, so let me see. How many noodles do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we have 8 noodles. You need to use 1/3 of the noodles on the bottom. So if we have, I'll just put 2. Wish I had one more noodle because this isn't really going to be. We'll just put that like that. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 on the bottom. Okay, and then you're going to put, is it the cheese next? Yes, so you're going to put your ricotta cheese mixture on top of that. And 1/3 of it again. So about 1/3 of the ricotta cheese mixture. Okay, and try to spread that out as best as you can. Okay. Here we go. And then you're going to put on top of that your beef mixture. So about 1/3 of the beef mixture. Okay, spread that out again. Okay. Go. And then I think the mozzarella, right? Yeah, and then you're gonna put about 1/3 of your mozzarella in, which you need a 16-ounce package of shredded mozzarella. So you can put quite a bit on here. Okay. Well, it looks pretty close to 1/3. Make sure you get it good and spread out as well. There we go. Okay, then you're gonna start that over again. So now you're gonna do your noodles again. This time I can do 3. There's 3 left in there. Then your cheese, your ricotta cheese mixture. Spread that out. Okay. And then your beef mixture. Oops, got some on there and I didn't mean to. Again, spread that all out. Okay. And then 1/3 of the mozzarella again. There we go. All right, and then one last layer here. So noodles. Then ricotta. Okay. Spread that all out. I kind of feel like the more layers you get on here, the harder it is to spread stuff out without destroying the other layer beneath it, pretty much. Okay, so let's get that all spread out. There we go. Good. And then your meat. Excuse my son again. Okay, so get this all on there. All right, spread that out. And then the very last thing you want on there is your grated Parmesan, your last layer of grated Parmesan cheese. You want it to always end with that, okay? Okay. All right. Now, hopefully your oven is preheated to 350 degrees. You know, get this last bit of mozzarella on. Okay, and what you're gonna do, make sure that's spread out real good. What you're gonna do now is just wrap this in aluminum foil. And then you are gonna put this in the oven at 350 degrees for about 45 minutes to an hour. You want it to be hot and bubbly when it's done. And then you're just gonna let it stand for about 10 minutes afterwards. Okay, so once you pull it out of the oven, you're gonna let it sit for about 10 minutes before you slice it and serve it, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and get this in the oven for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'll be back to show you guys how it turned out. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, you guys, so our lasagna is all done. I didn't take this aluminum foil off. That looks delicious. Look at that. Doesn't that look great? All right, so let's give it a quick try here and see how she tastes. And let's go right here. Just make sure we grab a little bit of everything. Get some noodles, some meat. Oh, slop some on the ground. All right, here we go. That is really good, you guys. That's delicious. A little bit of Italian spiciness to it. Not spicy as in hot, just spiciness. It's delicious. Have a little garlic bread, maybe a side salad with it. Fabulous dinner. Love it. Okay, you guys, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe if you like, or don't if you don't. Everyone have a good day. Enjoy your cooking. Keep your kitchen messy, and we'll see you later. Bye.